We are at the mercy of the government, and the US government is struggling. The dollar has been going down. There's more. I read an article that there are more Americans living the US than ever before. This year is the highest on record for Americans living the US. And it's become so bad that even in Mexico City, the Mexicans they were saying, gringos, go home. How bad does it have to get for Mexicans to tell you to go back the other way? You saw in Kenya where Kenyans were saying, we don't want these guys here. A lot of your men are leaving the US to seek relationships abroad. They can't even marry their own women. You're over here worrying about some immigrants. You can't even marry your own women. You can't have relationships with your own women. The ones that God created for you, you can't have them. You don't want them, they don't want you. It's what makes you proud, man. Like what makes you proud? A lot of Americans are living. Oh yeah, disillusionment with the American dream and an analysis of trends in US immigration. Americans are leaving America. And most of the things they've cited is the cost of living is too expensive. There's also reverse immigration, not deportations. There's actually people that are returning to their countries of origin after they've worked a few years here, made some money, started a business at home. The cost of living is much cheaper in developing countries, and they decide to go the other way. There's also a trend of Americans. A lot of these guys that talk this talk will not retire in America. All of it, you don't really have the retirement funds, but your social security benefits will not be enough for you to live in today's America. If these guys are struggling, what makes you think you won't struggle when you get to 65? You will. Okay. So a lot of you, the same immigrants you've been shitting on, you'd be wanting to go to the Philippines to go make a life there. How are you going to feel about it when the tables turn? A lot of you are going to go to South America to retire. Some are doing that already. I've started watching Black Americans that have moved to Ghana to retire. I've been watching them on YouTube. I've not been mean to them. I've actually said welcome to some of them, which is surprising, right? I've not been mean to them, but I've been watching their journey because I want to see if it matches what that lady said about on that Tariq Nasheed show. And so far, I've seen that Ghanaians have really received them well. They're not having any issues. They will complain from time to time about the same problems I would complain of when I'm in Ghana, like the power outages, the electricity problems, the water problems. Yes, those fair criticism, right? No issues. But as far as their daily lives and how Ghanaians are treating them, the people that work for them, how they work for them, I've not seen any of them complain. Right? They seem to be their money is stretching and they seem to be having a decent retirement. What's that feeling gonna be if Ghanaians start saying go back home? Or if Ghanaians start saying we don't want you guys here? The tables are turning because the West is starting to struggle, you know, uh, and they can't keep stealing our resources because a lot of African leaders are doing value added. They're not just sending the raw minerals anymore. They're saying, hey, process the minerals, let's gain some value before you take it to your home countries. So those loopholes are closing on the West. Where are all these people gonna go? I don't know. Where are they gonna go? So some are leaving for relationships. I'll just read a summary. A growing number of Americans are choosing to leave the United States in what some are calling the Great American Exodus. According to March 20th, 2025 article in Unheard. I don't know what Unheard is. This trend is no longer limited to retirees, because you remember I mentioned retirees and digital nomads, those groups. Increasingly, middle class professionals, right here. This country is what it is due to its middle class. But now you heard me on the last stream, I talked about what a key economy is. A key economy is African economics. The rich is getting richer, the poor is getting poorer. There is nothing in the middle. The middle class is getting crushed. Okay? It's been like that post-COVID crash, and it's only getting worse. Young families, and politically disillusioned. I'll put these people in a different class. I think these are just bozos. They are just idiots. Like what? If if I lived here under Biden for 4 years, I think everybody should be able to live under Trump. That's politics. You're not going to win all the time. Suck it up and live your life. So there's few of the political refugees that have gone to foreign countries. But what is scary about this article is that this includes middle class professionals. Now, tie that into all the layoffs. You add this up to all these layoffs going on, no chance. Like this, the American experiment is starting to fall off for a lot of people. And they're going to start looking to developing countries where the cost of living is much cheaper. And if you can find a remote job or even go there with some savings to get into a small business that makes you about 1,000. Remember, all you need to live in a lot of these African countries is only $1,000 a month to live like a champ. $1,000 a month is all you need. $12,000 a year, really. It's not much at all. But the quality of life on $1,000 over there versus 5,000 over here, it's like night and day. Here, your rent costs 3,000 or 4,000, depending on where you live. 5,000 in some cases, just the rent alone. If you have daycare, you're screwed. So who's gonna pay you anything more than $7,000, $8,000 a month if you don't have skill? That's $100,000 a year. It's not a lot of money, but how many people are gonna make even $100,000 in today's economy? Not very many people. Okay, so you're gonna start seeing the middle class. It's already happening. They're gonna crash. Repos are the highest that it's ever been. 3 million cars are being repoed as we speak. This year alone, 3 million people have lost their cars, bro. If I'm Be nicer to your guest, okay? Be nicer because you don't know when you're gonna need them. The tables are turning right in your face. A lot of your boys are all over the Philippines, Nepal. They're going anywhere. They're just looking for a home anywhere. I've seen some go to Kenya. Has become a hot destination for black girls. I didn't even know black girls were moving to Kenya. Kenya's become a big hotbed for them. Some are going to Kenya. Some are going to. Oh, look at U.S. passport application rates. I don't know that. Let me check. Even the article I just played was suggest that, right? Because you need a passport to travel. So that would still suggest that people are, that's assuming they already had passports, didn't have passports. That would suggest that people have to apply for passports to travel. So I mean, the two data points kind of meet each other there. So people are leaving the US. It's very expensive right now. It's really expensive, man. Like, I think I'm a very frugal person. Um, I still drive a car that is 15 years, exactly 15 years. So my car is actually, shit, my car is 15 years old, bro. 15 years old. And I'm not trading it in. I'm not, if my trading value is $500, I live within my means, right? My trading value is $500. So there's nothing to repossess. It's been paid for over 10 years. It's nothing to repossess. But most Americans don't live like that. They need to get a new car.